Switch. Hello guys, welcome to The Switch. I'm your host, Asitu Bridget Mansare, and today I'm with the lovely, amazing person on earth, Uche
Odoputa.
Okay, Odoputa. I never really get that right, but yeah, Uche Odoputa. How are you doing, Uche?
Wonderful, doing good. Primarily, I'm an actor, a filmmaker. That includes producing, so it's all encompassing. Then on the other side, you said a motivator, influencer. Yes, because I believe that you have to give back to the society. You have to be able to speak to somebody right. You have to be able to talk to somebody in such a way that a person will get activated to live and to be alive. Okay, I won't say that's a call. I won't say that is a job. It's just a call to duty for me. Then on the other side, yes, I anchor events as an MC. Then I crack some people's rib once in a while. I make some cry and make some laugh.
Yeah, because I've watched most of your movies, especially the Lagos Husband.
Husbands of Lagos.
Husbands of Lagos. Yeah, thanks for the correction.
Yes.
I love that movie. One of the most.
Chief Livinus.
Yes, the best scene that I've seen of you was, you know, when you was in a scene with your wife.
Okay.
And then I know this is really strange, me talking about you on
No, it's
camera,
okay. It's all right.
But, you know, when it comes to like sexual type of thing.
Oh, say it out the way it is. I'm sure this is it's adults. I mean, if you're a child, please, I'm sorry, forgive us. This is an adult program. And the woman wants me to give her a head, yeah?
Exactly. And then,
you know, like as a titled man, how can you expect me to put my head inside the ifedi? I mean, it's strange. You know.
I love that scene. I cried. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. And, you know, since then I just grew to like, you know, watch you, and I really love what you're doing for not only like entertaining Syrian people, but like also the Nigerian audience.
Yeah, I think I also give credit to my directors, the people that I've worked with, the platform that created the opportunity for me to blow, you know, like the Rock and Iroko TV brand. I mean, when you work with some level of professionals and you approach your director in a way that seems right, you know, and say this is what you think about your characterization, and I'm sure a lot of good people and a lot of very intellectual-minded people will allow you to flow with what you develop for the character. That's what it is, you know. Yeah. So I thank God that I had a wonderful director talk about Husbands of Lagos, Mr. Kabat. He gave me a free hand to develop a characterization for Chief Livinus, and I'm glad that you and out there that was watching us, you found it worthy and interesting. Thank you. I started in my mother's tummy.
Oh Lord. I bet you were shaking in the womb, trying to like be like, Mom, try to give birth to me now so I can, you know.
Okay, I think it's in my gene, it's in my DNA.
Right.
I come from a family that is very humorous, and we crack a lot of jokes and all that. My father would tease me, I would tease my mother, you know. Up to today, I don't think I ever called my mother mother. I call her. Is either I call her Mama Uche, or I call her Izine, which is her title in the church. Yeah. Good mother, that is what it means. Or I call her Adeze because she's a princess. Adeze is the first daughter of the king, you know. So we just get along somehow, you know. And my father also was a renowned stand-up person in my entire community in Imo State, in Nigeria. Whenever there's an occasion, he's always honest man. That's his nickname, that's his stage name. You know, he's always cracking up people and all that. And my father looks like mates, you know, because my parents started making kids early because my father was the only surviving son at the time. Yeah. You know, so from there it all started, and but finally in this whole Nollywood phenomenon that we are right now, the very first film that was done in Nigeria happened to be Living in Bondage. Right. And the guy that produces was Mr. Okechukwu Ogunjofo, who played the role of Paulo in the film. Mm-hmm. Then immediately after that, he now did a film called Evil Passion and Circle of Doom. Right. Which is where I started. And Paulo happened to come from my community, so he saw that spark in me and gave me the opportunity, and that was it. From that day till now, I've been acting for over 2 decades and a half.
Wow, That's amazing. So what was your first ever movie that you acted in?
My first ever movie that I acted in was Pot of Life. Pot of Life was done in 84, 85.
Wow, so you've been in this game for a very, very, very long time.
But that doesn't make me look old. I'm just 18 going 19.
Listen, I know now. I know. I'm trying to say now.
I'm just letting them know so that they don't. This is makeup. She just made me up for me to look like this. Yeah.
So, what has been like your tremendous switch in life?
My tremendous switch in life, it's having to started acting, and somewhere along the line I had to go to school to study survey, estate management as it's called. Then you graduate as an estate surveyor. So while I was in school, it was difficult because it was a different environment entirely. It was quite a new thing for me and all that. Then I finished school, then I had to work a little bit as an estate manager, estate surveyor and all that. Doing the 8 to 9 job and all that didn't work out. The 8 to 5 job didn't work out well for me. That's been my. Did you say tremendous?
Tremendous switch. What has been like the most outstanding moment?
Exciting for me, right?
Sorry?
Okay, what I was talking about was most challenging switch that I've ever done. But tremendous.
But that could be as well, because
yeah,
when you're making changes in life, sometimes you what is least expected is what you get.
Sure.
So for me, let's say for you, when you started the movie, when you started acting, that's when people start recognizing you and
that's
stuff.
right.
So that could be like your biggest switch.
Sure.
Because you used to work from 8 to 5 job, but you never liked it. So that's one of your switch.
Yeah. But though I had already been acting before I started the 8 to 5 job, it was quite challenging for me, but I achieved. That's the most important thing. I recorded success within the period that I was working, with my bosses and my colleagues and all that. And in terms of cash, I got money too. But my most tremendous switch is having to go study directing.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Was it very, very, very hard?
It wasn't very hard because it's something that I dreamt of.
Right.
I thought about it.
Yeah.
I visualized it. I could see it in pictures. Then before I knew what was happening, I was walking into it. And I had the opportunity, to God be the glory. I had one of the best boss and tutor and backbone that I had at the time, Mrs. Amaka Igwe. She's late now. She runs a center for excellence where she teaches people to direct and produce and all that. So I went to her college, and fortunately for me, I got a scholarship. I got a scholarship. I don't know how it happened, but there was something about me that was recognized and saw, and they tapped into it and said, okay, we're going to train you for free.
Oh, wow.
So, and that is why since that time till date, I have never stopped from trying to render service at any point in time. I have the opportunity for free. But if I get the money, it's not bad too.
It's not bad too.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes
you have to pay the bills.
Exactly.
So that's been my most tremendous switch, and I enjoyed it. And ever since then, as a director, when I sit now to call the shots, the director is a small god. He creates.
Right.
He takes you out and puts another person inside of you and make you believe you can be that person. And before you know it, you begin to think like that person, begin to walk like that person, and begin to act like that person. Right. It gives you so much of excitement when you sit back. Even when your pictures might not be too okay, but you look at it, I was able to do it. You learn from it, and you move on to the other one. That's a tremendous challenge for me.
The first question is, what's Uche's full name?
Uche Odoputa.
Uche Odoputa.
That's it.
At first I struggled to say it, but
no
now I got it right.
Yes. But if I call the full name of my surname, you'll struggle the more. Should I go?
Go ahead then.
Uche Odoputa Onyeobachiri.
Uche Odoputa Onyeobachiri.
You're very close. Odoputa Onyeobachiri means, direct translation means comforter of the afflicted. It was actually a nickname for one of my great-great-grandfathers.
Wow.
He was compassionate for people's trouble. He would buy people's trouble. He would go out of his way to help people. So they now started calling him Odoputa Onyeobachiri, means comforter of the afflicted. you know. But over time, we now had to cut it down. You know, when you write in computer spaces these days, there's where you put Odoputa on your battery. What you see is error.
You know, people get really confused.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So
and then the other question is, where is Uche from?
I'm from a place, a wonderful place called Amebu Ebenato in Osu local government area of Imo State. Imo State is in Nigeria. Nigeria is in West Africa.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
Just in case you don't know, now you know. And what's your favorite workout routine?
My favorite workout routine could be as late as from 8 to 12 midnight.
But what do you normally do? Like, do you go jogging? Do you go to the gym?
Oh, workout routine.
Yeah, workout routine.
Pardon me, I schooled in Igbo, so I hear English sometimes in Igbo. All right, my favorite workout routine is go to the gym, workouts, do aerobics, do the treadmill, do a little bit of sit-up, do a little bit of press-up. Not too much of sit-up because I have a weak back. I don't have to stress it so much.
Right.
Then I ride bicycle. Then I love to go to club and dance.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's my favorite too.
Yes, sir. When I get into club, I don't sit down. I just enter the club, I start dancing, and I dance out.
Scatter the place. Scatter. You'll be everywhere, David.
You know what I mean? Now I walk with that.
Okay, what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie. Oh. I love Tyler Perry a lot.
Wow.
As a filmmaker, his jobs, I love them a lot.
Okay.
Some of his series, I enjoy watching a lot.
Amazing. He's a very, very motivational person to look up to as well.
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
And is Uche a nice guy in real life?
Nice is relative, seriously. It depends on from what point or angle you're looking at. It's a three-dimensional thing.
Right.
Yeah, but the only thing that I know about myself, that I can tell myself, is that I have a reprobate mind. That means that I have a repentant mind. That means that I know that I have offended you. That means that I know that I have to go extra mile to convince you that I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's what I know about me.
And that's a good mindset to have, you know, because some people, they don't really have that mentality. Even though they're doing something wrong, they will not even take notice of it.
Yeah, I've met people who said, why would they tell you sorry? That means they weren't conscious of what they were doing.
Right.
I don't know about that.
I never believe that, because everyone have their own conscience.
It's weird.
You know?
It's weird, yeah.
Anyways, moving on. Is Uche a good dancer? Hey, Charlie, I wanna.
You know, the truth about it is that these things about dancing these days, it just look at the genres these days, look at the music and the rhythms. You also understand that we don't have a particular dance style anymore. But once the spirit of the music catches you,
That's it.
you just move the body. And however way you move the body that makes you feel good, before you know, people will start admiring you.
That's some people start with their feet.
You know what I'm saying?
And then the body start moving, and
You know,
then the next thing you will see them.
That's it. You know, so I think I enjoy dancing when I like the music. That's all I can say.
You're trying to say, if I go clubbing with you right now, you'll beat me when it comes to like.
You go wrong though.
Eh?
You go wrong, but he go tell you. I will enter you. Oh, leave matter, man. Anyway, that's in pidgin. I said she will enjoy dancing with me. That's all I just said. Thank you.
Okay, what's Uche's favorite word?
My favorite word is, it is not over yet until it is over. Just keep on, keeping on. I don't care how bad it was. I don't want to know, because I might not be able to change it. But the fact is that if you're still alive and you can work, there's opportunity for you. It might be late, but you might be just the latest. That's it.
What's Uche's biggest influence?
Biggest influence. The late Mrs. Amaka Iwe still lives in my memory.
Right.
Still lives in my thoughts. When you meet such people in life that at every step you take, you hear that voice and say, who would you say taught you this? Who would you say your mentor is? Will you put yourself together? When you can still hear that, even when the person is way gone physically,
Means a lot.
it means a lot. Amaka Iwe saw me and knew that there was something inside of me that needs to be tapped into to reach to my world.
Right.
And she believed in me, in my own mistakes. She still stayed there for me. Thank you, ma. God bless you.
I feel like crying now, sorry. No, that was really, really, really nice for you to say about someone that is gone already. You know, that means that they've had a tremendous impact on your life.
Yes.
You know, so yeah. Okay. Okay, I know this answer already, but is Uche really funny? I say yes.
All I know is that it's better for you to eat full bread than eat half bread when you're hungry.
That's true.
So for me, life is funny. And why make it more difficult? I just be happy and enjoy. Hello, are you still there?
Who's Uche's best friend in the Nolly movie industry?
Oh, Nollywood industry. Who's my best friend? Ha! You're boxing me up now.
Because if you don't say this now,
I hope you're going to put me in trouble. Oh my God.
Attack you, and so you did not mention me. You went and mentioned that person. Okay, now.
My best friend.
Our relationship is over.
My best friend. Well, my best friend, so far, among my best friends, among my best friends, I'll mention the guy that has always stood by me in all the films that I've shot lately, Mr. Emeka Madu, my DOP.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He believes in me.
Wow.
Yes.
So shout out to you, Mike.
Emeka.
Emeka.
Emeka Madu. Shout out to you. Peace, brother.
Okay, last question. Who does Uche plan to work with in the future? Oh, this should be interesting.
Who do I plan to work with in the future?
I know you've worked with a lot of people. I know you have worked with a lot and lots of people in this.
When you say who do I want to work with?
Like in the future.
Like in the future.
Making movies.
Yeah. Are you talking as an actor?
Actor, actress.
Well, if you talk about an actor, we need to centralize. We need to break it down because I'm from Nigerian Nollywood.
Right.
Then I'm in the UK right now. Then I could be in America tomorrow. So where are you looking at?
Okay, let's just focus on in Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
To work with in Nigeria.
Mrs. Joke Silva.
Okay.
Wonderful actress. Then another person is Onyeka Onwenu.
Okay.
That's her. I actually have a musical film that I've written that I'm praying to God to order my steps right so that I'll be able to convince her to read the script first. Then when she reads the script and believes in the script, then I cannot say, Auntie, please.
Can you make that happen?
Can you act for me? Or let's act together.
Yeah.
I'll see whether it will work. But I'm trusting God. He has never failed me.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
All right, my name is still Uche Odoputa. And I'm a product of believing that everything is possible once you set your mind to do it. Now, you may have come from that school of thoughts to say you were not schooled well. You didn't come or were born with a silver spoon.
Yeah.
And you let that hold you captive. I want to speak to you today. Start by now. Get up. Look in the mirror. Who do you see? That image you see, speak to that image and say, that if it has been possible for somebody somewhere to have made it, then you're next on the line. I don't care what resources you have, or what deficiency you have, or what you do not have at all, or what you cannot see. Start with your immediate environment. Think about what will make you happy. One of the things that could make you happy is you might go from door to door and decide to render service to the people who need it for free.
Yeah.
In rendering service, somebody will be interested in your case. I might be able to say, come, what else can you do? Or come, let me teach you this. I have had testimonies, I've heard stories of people who their life changed by just submitting themselves to render service.
Yeah.
You could decide to go on one street one day and said, from next week, I'll be sweeping the street 2 times a week. Before you know it, you might become a professional. And before you know it, you might become a minister of environment in your community. Stay lucky and let's celebrate you. My name is Uche Odoputa. Cheers.
Amazing. So now, one more. Yeah. So now, what are people expecting from you, and how can people contact you? Where can they keep in touch on what you're doing?
Okay. All right. I'm working on a whole lot of projects right now. I have a film called Perfect. It's yet to be released. I have a film called The Diary of Mrs. Noah, yet to be released. Then I have a film that I just finished shooting part of it here in the UK called Chi London, yet to be finished. Then if you want to get in touch with me as an actor, if you want to get in touch with me as a director, or if you want to get in touch with me to come and anchor your event or to grace your event, well, I have these social media handles. First, my Instagram name is Odoputa, Odoputa. I take that again, Odoputa. That's my Instagram handle. You can follow me up and send me a DM message. I promise I'll return it. When you check that, you also see the Uche Odoputa fan page, Team Uche Odoputa. If you want to follow them, you can also follow them. All right? Then aside that, I have a Facebook account called Uche Odoputa. You'll see me on the top of a motorbike. That is to identify that that's the right one, Uche Odoputa. Uche is spelled U-C-H-E-N-N-A. Odoputa again is O-D-O-Puta. That's my Facebook handle. I've got Twitter accounts, which is at Odoputa. Then I also have a foundation called Uche Odoputa Foundation.org, one word. It takes care of widows and less privileged ones. You can visit it too and critique it, Uche Odoputa, Uche Odoputa Foundation, one word, Uche Odoputa Foundation, one word.org. That's our foundation account. It's a website, www.ucheodoputafoundation.org. That's our foundation accounts handle. That's a website. So those are the places you can reach me. And when you DM send me a DM message, like on the Instagram, the Odoputa one, Odoputa. Once you send me a DM message there, I'll be able to return it and we can take the discussion further on. All right? Okay, and whatever you need to do with me on these handles, please apply wisdom on them. Don't tell me to come and give you money that I do not have. There is no free meal in Freetown.
That's true.
Do you understand? The name of the game is work chop. You work, you chop. If you don't work, you no go chop. Stay lucky, and I'll see you again someday, somewhere. My name is Uche Odoputa. Thank you.
Guys, thank you so much for watching the Switch Show. And don't forget to tune in next time. It's going to be on the same station, same place, and of course I will be your same host. Thank you so much and tune in next time again.
Hello people, my name is Uche Odoputa, your actor, your producer, director from the Nollywood industry. Please, if you have to watch any program on TV, online, stick on, you dial to Switch. Switch is a program to watch. I love it and that's why I'm endorsing it. If you want to see more of me, stick on to Switch. Thank you.
Switch.